Okay, welcome back. This is for my Macomb CTE teachers as we continue to do our little mini trainings on the new requirements for the SIP self-review. And this particular one, we're going to talk about our program of study, which you're going to find under your CO8 post-secondary connection. When you get into the actual CTE portal, this is kind of just a screenshot of what it looks like. What I'm talking about today is the secondary post-secondary program of study that you're going to be uploading. In an effort to assist all districts, that was one of those areas on that longer training that, you know, I kind of said, I think we needed to redo those or do a better job making a real connection. So what we've been working on for you is redoing all of our program of studies in conjunction with Macomb Community College and different programs that they have. And then you would just have to fill in your portion. And I'm going to walk you through what that looks like today. I kind of pointed out that, you know, essentially the program of study, this is the portion that you would fill out. I'm going to take you live. And then this bottom portion, I have filled in a completed program of study. For the post-secondary portion is going to be already filled out for you, and it's going to be tied to an existing program with credit hours and everything. So with that said, let me do a stop share and do a new share because I'd like to, actually, this right here, let's pull it up. I'm going to take you guys through a few things. So here are all the program of studies. So there's 10 of them. All 10 of them, you're not going to need them all. You only pick the one, you find the one that you need. And in order to figure out which one you need, I kind of kept them in pathways. And what I did is I put all of our SIP codes, I tied them to one of Macomb's already predefined pathways. So if you look, Macomb has applied tech and trades, they have arts, humanities, business, hospitality, culinary, education, human services, and so you can read them. This is what it looks like, the cover, the front page of the Excel. Just want to walk you through it. Every single one of those 10 Excel sheets that I just showed you has this info page. They all say info. That's all the exact same. So this one I'm actually in is the business, culinary, hospitality program of study. And you'll see that, like for marketing, the reason that it's colored like that is because the program of study, the post-secondary that I did was marketing ABA. For finance, it was accounting ABA. For insurance, it was general business ABA. For business management, it was business management. And for culinary, it was culinary. But I also listed other degree programs that they have at Macomb. I just didn't tie the program of study to it. So using business for an example, when I go, like I just said, it's culinary arts. When you go to the tabs, you see the tabs at the bottom. You only need the one for your SIP code. I just clustered them all together. So under culinary, here's the top portion. You would fill out your district, your PSN. You're going to put in obviously English 9, English 10, but it could be whatever you're required. Each district's different. So it could be Algebra 1, Algebra 2, or it could be geometry, Algebra 1, Algebra 2, senior math, right? You can put those in. For science, it could, whatever your district does for science, whatever then for your electives, that's where you're going to put your CTE electives, what progression they should take in your program, and maybe any other suggestions. If you're doing health, maybe an advanced bio would be a good one, or depending on the courses that are available in your district. So you could fill in suggested, work with your CT directors on this portion, how you should fill it out. But again, that's your top portion. And then you can put in any career exploration or work-based learning opportunities. It could be manufacturing day. It could be some of you go down to Quicken. Some of you take other industry tours. This section is if there's an industry certification available within your class, or not even within your class. Maybe it's available, but students don't do it in your class. And you can put a little asterisk next to, like if I'm training on Microsoft Excel, and students have the opportunity to take it in my class, I would put Microsoft Excel and I'd put a little asterisk because it's offered in my CTE program. but maybe I also train them on access and we don't do that one. Well, I could still put it in there if I'm training them for it, but I just won't put an asterisk because I'm not actually offering the certification, but I'm training for it. So you can kind of, there's no set in stone. You can modify these how you want. And then careers that are in demand. And I would recommend using your Zello account. If you have Zello, or if you're in Utica, you can use your Naviance account. If you look up that area, you'll find careers that are in demand and you can list them here. And then down at the bottom, this is already filled in for you for each area where this is the Culinary Arts AAS program. And they all look the same. So finance would be like this. There's the accounting. Marketing looks like this. Marketing AB's filled out. Business is filled out. I'm going to go back to this info sheet though, just so you can kind of see where yours would be found. So under information technology, you'll see those are our programs. The highlighted ones are the ones that are being tied to that program. There are a few. I'm going to jump down here to health really quick. So because therapeutic and diagnostic are so big, I actually did a program of study for therapeutic. There's actually 4 different ones you can choose from. You just pick the one you want that your curriculum ties mostly to. Same thing with diagnostics. I picked the ones that I felt were probably the most tied to your programs. You pick the one that you want. And then at the bottom, there is instructions on how you should fill this out. And it also some useful links. And I think that's it for the cover page. So again, each of these, if I go back and show you this, all 10 of these have that same info cover page. And then you just use the tabs at the bottom and you find the tab that you need for your program of study. Again, this is a template. Your district might already have something that they use, and maybe you just want to put it into that form and use the classes or the post-secondary information that's in there. I just wanted to make sure everybody knew this was available. You're getting this via an email. There's also, it will be in the newsletter. Maybe you're seeing it from there. But you're also going to find it. I'm going to go to our drive. That's not our drive. Right there, our SIP self-review drive, where I'm dropping everything. I've been dropping all of everything, including the videos, but you'll find these under the post-secondary connection. When you open that up, we have our pathway documents that are already in there for you as a reference. And then the program of studies, when you open it up, you will find all of them. You just need the one that is your SIP code that you're teaching in. You can download it from this folder, make the modifications and the changes that you want, save it to your files, and then that is what you would upload into Navigator as I'm sorry, not Navigator. We don't use Navigator anymore. The CT portal under that program of study. So hopefully you will find these helpful. And again, they're a guide. You can, put these in how you want. You can work with a counselor on it. You can work with your CT director on it. Please consult them with this. But I think if anything, at least each SIP code has the grades 13 and 14 that they can build on in whatever way that they need to for the program of study in the CT portal, because that is the first link. It's not anymore like, pick one, articulation or program of study. Articulation is in here, and I will give you an articulation agreement update really quick. I have a meeting in about a week. It was supposed to be next week. We moved it back a week with Macomb Community College. We're looking to redo all of our, not articulations, but the whole process in general. That conversation is happening with Macomb right now. So if you haven't heard much on that front, it's because there's still some work to be done there. But all of our articulations due to COVID, Macomb has extended. So even if yours expires, like expired last year, there's actually on their website under articulation, there is a statement saying that they're extending them through this year. So we're good on articulation for right now. And I'll work with your CT directors on that, but I did want everyone to know that we are working directly with the college to revamp what that process is, so it's a little bit more useful for students to understand and really to get the articulated credit. So again, this was just a very brief training on the program of studies, where to find them. You fill out the top, the bottom's already filled out. If I'm just culinary, I'll also say this, I can delete out all these other ones if I don't need it. Like once I download this Excel file, you just need to keep the one that's pertinent to you, but you can keep them all together too. It doesn't matter. So hopefully that was helpful, and I will talk to you soon.